it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday, and we're going to talk about Bunk Bed Jed and the Duggars. We'll be doing some double Duggar tea today, but this one is the first, and it's a little bit interesting. And if you like numbers like me, this one will make you kind of nerd out. But before we get started, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe down here if you want to become a subscriber, and make sure you turn those notifications on so you know when I go live or when new content uploads. All right, so I am joyfully unavailable, Katie Joy. I like to cover fundamentalists because of all of the shenanigans they get into. And they often are really good at skirting the law. Now, sometimes it's very covert and other times it's just blatantly obvious. And in this case, Jed Duggar's inexperience with campaign laws might end up biting him in the patootie. All right. So according to On AR Watch, a watchdog group who has been following the campaign contributions for Jed Duggar, he has actually accepted $8,400 from one single donor in Louisiana, and that is the triple the amount that a candidate can accept from a single donor. So the maximum a single donor can donate to a campaign in the state of Arkansas is $2,800, and a guy named Ross Little, who is apparently a retired banker in Lafayette, Louisiana, he donated 3 separate times, once for $2,800 in August, on August 30th. Another time on September 10th, he donated $5,600. Now, the donations appear to be, one of them appears to be in the name of potentially his wife, but it's all the same address. Whoa. So basically, he has done triple the amount by law that he can donate, and Jed had no problem taking the money and has not refunded it, apparently. So now what's going to happen? Well, I guess no complaints have been filed regarding this, but it still would be considered an illegal campaign donation. And if he were to be audited, which he can because all donations are reported to the state through the Secretary of State and then audited and provided in a financial PDF worksheet that outlines all the different people that have donated, he could get super, super duper in trouble for this. So basically what happens is that he could end up getting fined anywhere from $2,000 to $3,500 per violation. Since this guy went over twice the legal limit, he could end up getting a fine of $7,000 for accepting this money. That's like more than what he actually was donated from this guy. Because if you take $7,000 minus the $2,800, he would basically be at a total of $1,400 that he would get from this guy if he gets fined for this. So they can use their campaign donations to pay the fines with their campaign, but it has to be reported as a campaign expenditure and itemized on the next contribution and expenditure report if it exceeds more than $100. So basically, if he wants to not get in trouble, he actually has to write this off as an expenditure if he gets a fine. Yikes. So Jed doesn't have a lot of experience, and this could be coming back to bite him because that's a big deal. You should probably be paying attention to who's donating your money. And then why is an out-of-state donor named Ross Little trying to donate so much cash? A retired banker really likes Jed's shot that much. Now, Jed, for his part, hasn't raised a ton of cash overall. He has raised less than less than $40,000 total, whereas his competitor Megan Godfrey has raised over $100,000. But when we look at the total number of donations and who the biggest contributor to his campaign is, it's Jed Duggar himself. What? Yeah. Somehow Jed came up with $25,000 to donate to his own campaign. Do you think maybe Jim Bob slipped him the $25K and was like, hey, here's your cash for the thing? Because Jim Bob Duggar only donated $300 to his campaign. Jim Bob Duggar, in fact, donated less than his sons and his son-in-laws. And the interesting thing here is not only did Jim Bob only donate $300, some of Jed's siblings didn't even donate a dime. Okay, so then the other interesting thing in all of this is that one Several of his siblings didn't donate anything, but somebody's job was finally revealed for the very first time. So on the financial documents that are obtained through the Secretary of State in Arkansas, I was able to take a shot and look at who donated from the family. Ben Seawald actually donated $500 back on August 4th, and he actually listed his job as self-employed and as a tutor. So Ben's a tutor. Now the interesting thing here is that none of them have listed that they're actually reality television stars. So they don't have anything listed like their job as being self-employed contractors for TLC. But no, Ben Seawald somehow manages to support his 3 children and Jessa on a tutor salary. Who wants to bet that Jim Bob's funding their lifestyle? Me. No wonder Jessa's always sucking up to Jim Bob. Now, John Duggar, the oldest son of the boys, he's listed as a construction engineer person, and he donated $500 on August 4th. It's interesting that all these donations came in on the same day. Joseph Duggar, he's listed as a real estate professional. Wow, I had no idea he was in real estate. He donated $500 as well on the 4th of August. It was like Jim Bob Duggar went and got the handout and all of the siblings donated. Well, except they didn't. Now, James Duggar, who is single, and he is listed as working in heavy equipment, he donated $500. And Jason Duggar, who's listed as a construction engineer, he donated $500. And then Austin Forsyth, so Joy's husband, donated $500, and he's also in construction. Who is absent from this list? Well, I'll tell you. Josiah, Joshua, Jill Dillard, and Ginger, and Jana. But Jana still lives at home with mom and dad, so I don't think I should be surprised by that. So Jeremy and Ginger have not donated a dime, but Josh Duggar, who was previously in politics, did not donate a dime to his brother's run because he's probably broke. Jill Dillard, who has the opportunity to donate to her brother and help his campaign, clearly is not supporting him. And I'm kind of gobsmacked that Josiah didn't donate a dime. I would have thought of all of the Duggars that maybe Josiah would have been one, seemingly because he's always seemed to be pretty close to his brothers. In fact, on this last season, he was the first of the brothers to go over to Jed and Jer's new place and cook them dinner. So Josiah puts out no cash for his brother's run for office. Josh puts out no cash. Ginger puts out no cash, and Jill. So he's got 4 of his adult siblings that are clearly like, better luck next time, buddy. Whoa. So if you've got part of your family literally not supporting your run for office, what does that mean for you? Does it mean that you lack such confidence in your sibling that you don't at all want to donate a dime? Or is it that you're just broke? Are Josiah and Lauren just incapable of actually donating money? What about Jill and Derek? Or Ginger and Jeremy? What's up, guys? Where's the cash? We already know that Josh is... What's up, guys? Where's the cash? We already know that Josh is broke, so we shouldn't really be surprised that he didn't donate. But can you imagine, like, around Christmas time when he hasn't won, or maybe he will? It's a long shot at this point. Although the last race that Megan won, she won by, like, a handful of votes. I think less than 50 total votes. It was a very close race. So if he is to lose, what do you think Christmas is going to be like when he loses and all of these kids are out $500 and they're like, yo, Jed, could you give me that money back? I'm really wondering why I gave you that money because you totally didn't win. And then what do you think about this $25,000? Where the heck did this money come from? And then what about these illegal contributions? Do you think he is that, like, dense and he doesn't understand? Do you think that Jim Bob, who's so by the book, just kidding, we know he's not, would not itemize that? Like, do you feel like Jim Bob is not as involved? Because I feel like if Jim Bob were more involved in this, he would have noticed this and he would have been like, dude, you can't accept all of these contributions. That's not a good look for anyone to be taking in illegal contributions on their very first run when they're already inexperienced and their competitor is outpacing them 3 times what they've made. All right, so what are your thoughts? I think my biggest takeaway is that Ben is supporting his family on a tutor's salary of what? What do you tutor, Ben? Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.